What was that?
No idea.
Oh. Are you guys good? I just heard a little noise. Did you unplug and plug back in? Ah, all right. No, all good. You heard a little something? Did you hear a little ba ba ba? I heard a little speaker noise, like ah. All right.
You good if I go? Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome, everyone, whether you're joining us in person or online. We are so excited to have you with us this Shabbat. You got a lot of interesting things as you walked in to our sanctuary if you're here in person. One of them is our Mishkan Tefillah prayer book. So we are excited to be using our Mishkan Tefillah prayer book this evening. In general, each spread is one prayer. So it's 2 pages per prayer. So if you don't know where we are, look on both sides of the book. And if you can't find us, turn the page. And just listen, because I'll try to remember to say the pages as much as possible. Is that a good deal? Good. How are you all feeling after Thanksgiving? Stuffed. Good, full. I hear mostly full and stuffed. I want to know if you feel grateful. Good. I would like us to begin our service tonight by you taking a moment to think about something you are truly grateful for. Maybe something that you've come to appreciate because of hardships you've been through or the twists and turns of life. And you're going to take that pencil and note card that was handed to you as you walked in the sanctuary and write on it what you're thankful for. Now, these cards are going to be collected in a moment, so please keep them anonymous. But anonymously, what you are thankful for. And if you are at home, you are invited to write down on any note card or piece of paper what you are thankful for, or share it out loud with the people who you are watching with if you are with someone else. Take another 30 seconds. When you're ready, I'd like you to pass them towards the center. We have lay leaders coming around to collect them. Thank you all for participating in this exercise. We will return to these cards later in the service. But for now, we just want to say how wonderful it is to be sitting here together. Hine ma tov. Page 10.
is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Nevato Urbanayim Sabit Akim Navyahat Nevato Urbanayim Sabit Akim Navyahat Shalom Aleichem Alchem Echom Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. Nevato Urbanayim Sabit Akim Navyahat Nevato Urbanayim Sabit Akim Navyahat.
We turn back to pages 2 and 3 now, to pages 2 and 3, and we invite Marv Rosen and Sheila Namio to come forward and lead us in lighting our candles.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak, into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivonu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. We continue on page 7. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quieter world this day. On this day, Shabbat abide. We turn to pages 20 and 21, 20 and 21, where we will be singing verses 1, 2, and 9 of Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, לקראת חלה, בני שבת lecha dodi, לקראת חלה, בני לעמוד וזכור בדיבור אחד, איש בידו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, ושמו תפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת עליו, עיני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת עליו, עיני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, יבכל המלאכה, לראש מקדם לשוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת עליו, עיני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת עליו, עיני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצלה, תוך אמוניה ושגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת עליו, עיני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת עליו, עיני שבת נקבלה.
Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time. Even at unlikely times and through unlikely places, there is no place on earth without the eternal presence. We turn to page 28 and invite all who are able to please rise for our call to worship. We are on page 31, and on the top of the page we read together, "Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim." Page 32.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אתה, עמך אתה. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אתה מוליד אותנו לימדת. על כן, אדוני אלוהינו ושוכבנו, ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגיון בלילה, נגיון בלילה. ויאהבת אל תסיר, עמנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. 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 ברוך שם תבון מלכותו לעולם ועד. ברוך שם תבון מלכותו לעולם ועד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו,
You may be seated. We continue on the top of page 36 with the chanting of the Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 39. We're on the bottom of the page and we read responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Page 40.
Amor, Adonai, חיים הלוך לאוי אור בבית נעים לך לעולם.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. We continue with Hashkivenu. If you'd like to sing along, the words can be found on the handout you were given as you entered.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom V'hamidenu shomreinu Shalom. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'avidenu shomreinu alechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'avidenu shomreinu
We are on pages 44 and 45. We read, "We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable, without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time." Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, פריט עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם פריט עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי השבת, את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם, ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי שבת, שבת ויהי ממש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, לדורותם ברית עולם.
It is time now for the Amidah. We turn to page 46 and invite all who are able to please rise.
Adonai, shevatai tivta oti agi teilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Eloi Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Ha'gadol, Ha'gibor Ve'hanonah, El Elyon, Konel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konel Hakol, וזוכן חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו ויעברה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע, מחלקי חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמך, צומח נופלים ולופי עולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומחייב אמונתו על שני החל. מי כמוך בעל גיבורו, ומידון מלך, מלך מנהיג ומחייב, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקודשים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. We turn to page 55. And on the top of page 55, we read together. May these hours of rest and renewal Open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love and our doubt, and our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. Let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 59. Together on the top of the page, God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el lechodot. We offer now the most precious of all blessings, the prayer for peace. Shalom Rav can be found on page 60.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tashim Le'alam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tashim Le'alam. Ki ata hu melech Adon Shalom, ki ata hu melech Adon, l'chol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tashim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tashim le'olam. Ve'koren nefal levanem, et Amcha Yisrael, v'kol eit v'bachol shad yisromecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tashim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, tashim le'olam. Tashim le'olam. Tashim le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom.
Please take a moment now on your own for the prayers and meditations of your hearts.
Oseh Shalom, Shalom Yimromam, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Yimromam, Yaseh Shalom.
We think of God in our gratitude, and we also pray to God in times of vulnerability. We ask that those among us who suffer might find the blessings of health and tranquility. We think tonight specifically of Jay Berkowitz, Bruce and Eleanor Feldman, Terry Haber, Linda Heller, Matt Kahn, Greg LePence, Arnold Spitalny, Robert Sussman, Adam Swerdlow, and Bev Weiberg. If there's someone else you're thinking of tonight in need of healing, please focus your hearts on them or say their name out loud now. For all of these individuals and all those who are among us tonight in need of strength and renewal, we join together in a Misha Berach Lecholim. The words can be found on your handout. This was a difficult and yet beautiful Thanksgiving for the Kahn family. As some of you know, and some of you might have just heard his name read on the Misha Berach list. My husband had a rough spinal surgery earlier this week and has been on required bed rest ever since. I share this with you, though, not because I'm overcome with sadness and worry, though there certainly have been hard moments, but rather because the experience and the timing of it forced me to focus on finding things that I am grateful for. And the exercise of pushing myself to articulate gratitude has felt truly spiritual this week. So tonight I began by asking each of you to try and do this as well, to think about something you're grateful for. It's not an uncommon question to be asked this time of year. In fact, Rabbi James Stone Goodman shared with our rabbinic Facebook group that he heard this question asked as part of a competition, a contest being run by a radio station. It seems the producers collected stories from all over the country and picked their two favorites. Two stories of gratitude that were chosen as the best were then shared on the radio by the people who submitted them. The winners were two women, one from California and one from Massachusetts. First, the woman from California spoke. She was a sheep rancher. The ranch had been in her family for generations. Her husband also worked on the ranch with her, along with her now 80-year-old father. She spoke of the difficulties in running such an enterprise these days, the cost of harvesting and processing the wool currently being greater than what it can be sold for, in addition to which there have been 5 years of drought in her area. There's dust in everything, she said, and the grazing land is parched and cracked. Her flocks were thin and diminished. Her father, old and tired, her words, not mine. Not saying 80 is old, she did. Herself and her husband, frustrated. So what was she grateful for? How was this the story that won the contest of the most gratitude in the nation? Well, as she continued talking, she eventually shared that which she offers thanks for. She was grateful for her father, who had seen so many seasons come and go on the ranch, and for her husband, who worked by her side, and the ability to share the business with them, that they were in it all together. But most of all, she was grateful for the brave possibility that the ranch would yet return to profit somehow, for hope that another season would come, a better season. The possibility, the sacred possibility of the future. This is what she was most grateful for. Hope. The second woman who tied for first prize in this radio contest was from Massachusetts, and though I can't know for sure, was probably Jewish, based on her name and her comments, her style of humor, I'd say. She shared it had been almost a year since he died, and she hadn't yet set up a headstone for him. It was a marriage no one thought would work. He had been married 3 times previously, she several times herself. Neither of them looking to get married ever again. They met, and against all advice, against their own better judgment and plans for living, they married anyway. And out of the chaos of 2 lives, and ex-husbands and wives and kids and stepkids and recriminations, they found love that eclipsed the complexities of their lives. She spoke her story, and it was touching and funny and sad. Life was good when he became ill and was suddenly given not much hope for even a single year more. But he lived 6 more after that, with dignity and joy, and more deeply than ever before, because everything was precious. Now he was gone, and she was broke, having spent every last cent on his care. Public aid in Massachusetts had all but dried up. She had not been able to find full-time work. She was substitute teaching in Boston. So what was she grateful for? Why is she the other winner? First, she said she was grateful for many friends. They called her regularly and invited her to meals. And while she admitted she usually declined the invitations, she loved to hear from them. She was grateful mostly because she had felt her heart unlock to life so completely that it would never close again. She was thankful for the great gift of love that had changed her permanently. The last thing she said was, "I'm alone, broke, but not unhappy, not in the least afraid. As a matter of fact, I'm rather content," she said, "because I believe something, my little way of thinking about things. That may sound wacky, but I really believe this. I think of him as if he's gone away somewhere ahead of me, as if to find the perfect apartment, something near a bookstore where there's a cafe that serves fresh raspberries all year round," she said. "He has gone there ahead of me to find the perfect place for us, and we will meet again. And because I believe this, I am full of gratitude this Thanksgiving, content and not at all afraid of the future. Everything is possible when you believe in something," she said. She was most grateful for faith. Both are beautiful stories of gratitude. They deserved to win first place and have their stories shared on the radio and on social media. But all of our stories are beautiful and deserve to be shared tonight. I have a lot of cards here, and I will not go through them all because we want to get out of here at some reasonable time. But all of your stories deserve to be heard and shared. And just a few of the ones on top, our congregation tonight is grateful. I'm thankful for the new members who have joined the last 2 years. These were anonymous. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that my grandchildren are healthy. I'm grateful for my beautiful family, my wonderful husband, choices I can make, my health, my sense of humor, and the weather. I'm grateful for a wonderful Jewish community, my health, my close supportive family, my beloved cat, and my friends. I am thankful for the ability to love and be loved every day. We are grateful for so many things. And when it comes down to it, most of us are grateful for some of the similar things. We're grateful for life and for love, for family and friends, for health and humor and strength and new members. And of course, we are thankful for faith and for hope. We have so much to be thankful for. So while seeing my husband in pain and celebrating Thanksgiving without him was kind of difficult for me yesterday, it also reminded me of all that I have to be thankful for. And while my complete list is too long to share, I can say that I too am fueled by love, by friendship, by hope, and by faith. And tonight I want to make sure you know I am so very grateful for you. Thank you, Temple Sinai. Shabbat Shalom. We now invite Marv Rosen to come forward with announcements from the board.
Shabbat Shalom. It's my great pleasure to help welcome you to our Erev Shabbat service. My name is Marvin Rosen, and I have the honor of serving as your Vice President of Finance. Welcome to all our attendees, our members, both old and new, guests, and potential new members. I'd like to thank all of those who have taken part in this service. Rabbi Kahn for your leadership and thoughtful sermon, Chazan Abramson for your inspirational voice and interpretation of our liturgy, along with the Bruno Trio for their talent in bringing the music alive. The ushers, greeters, and ambassadors for welcoming and making our attendees feel so included. To Sheila Namio for leading us in the candle lighting service, and to Judy and Leonard Swerdlow, who will lead us in the Kiddush Motzi. A couple of points. A reminder to those of you who have not yet completed your year-end charitable giving, a contribution to the annual appeal will be most welcome. We look forward to hearing from you. And a few events of interest we have coming up include the Temple Sinai Presents Hands on Hanukkah, every day from November 28th through December 5th at the UTC Mall in front of Saks Fifth Avenue on the lower level from 4 to 7 p.m. Friday, December 3rd will be the Hanukkah dinner immediately following our Erev Shabbat services, and will also be the final sign-anniversary for this year. This will honor people who have been members of Temple Sinai for 21 years or more, and I cannot believe that I fit into that category. Also enjoy a Sinai swinging Shabbat service on December 31st with a special Onei after the service from 7 to 8. Shabbat Shalom, and may your Shabbat be all that you want it to be.
Thank you, Marv. Shabbat Shalom. We are turning back to our prayer books now. We are on the bottom of page 282. 282, and we invite all who are able to please rise for Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu L'Shabeach, L'Akon, L'Akol, L'Tekdula, L'Elzereshit, Shelo Asagre Haratzot, V'lo Tavanu K'mishpechot Adama, Shelo Sanu Chalkenu Kahem, V'gdol Aleinu Kechol Hamolam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ועומדים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We are on page 287. 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Together, rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ונאמר אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ויאמרו יא אדוני אחד
Our thoughts turn now to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we take a moment now on our own, guided by the readings which begin on page 288, as we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Tonight, our congregational family remembers those lost in the past month, including David Jaffer, Godfrey Levy, and Chadwick Roberts. And we remember those who died at this season in years past, including Melvin Alexander, Molly Bernstein, Caroline Blateman, Daniel Brock, Rosalind Brooks Lieberman, Alberta Cahill, Norman Cohn, Erna Davidsburg, Aaron Diment, Dardis Dolan, Goldie Dworkin, Dina Rosen Feinberg, Susan Gain, Morris Goldberg, Morton Goldstein, Natalie Greenswig, Edward Hilton, Rabbi Robert I. Kahn, Henry Kahn, Goldie Katz, Samuel Katz, Dr. Raymond Kaufman, Helen Klein, Molly Falco Linden, Arthur Lindenberg, Alan Marins, Edith Moloff, Esther Naslow, Rosalind Nedich, Frederick Olson, Francis Poller, Lily Popper, Odo Popper, Rachel Reinhorn, Leo Rice, Stacy Arbiter Solomon, Eleanor Esther Shalant, Susan Shaw, Mendel Tabachnik, Darren Tabachnik, Judith Tevlowitz, and Joseph Wertheimer. For all of these individuals and all those whose memories guide our lives after we're gone, we turn to page 294 and invite all who are able to rise for Kaddish Yatom. Yikadal v'yikadash me rabba, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei zechol beit Yisrael, v'galav v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam levracha, may their memories be a blessing. Amen. You may have a seat, except for Judy and Lenny Swerdlow, who are going to come forward and lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. Now here's the tricky part. Keep a finger around this page, but Kiddush is back on page 5. But in a moment, Hamotzi will be on 302.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesh, b'ava u'ratzon, kintalanu. Zikaron lamaaseh bereshit, ki hu yom tehila, mikro kodesh, zecher l'tzias mitzrayim, ki vanu varkarta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshekah, V'ava uvratzon, kintotanu, Baruch atah Adonai, ikadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Amen and l'chaim. And thank you. We are on page 322. 322 for Ein Keloheinu.
No, wait.
Oh, I forgot Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Now we are on page 322. Amen. Thank you.
Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadoneinu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu,
אין כאלוהינו. מי אלוהינו? מי אדוננו? מי תבלתנו? מי תמושיענו? מי אלוהינו? נותן אלוהינו, נותן אדוננו, נותן למלכנו, נותן למושיענו, נותן אלוהינו. ברוך אלוהינו, ברוך אדוננו, ברוך מלכנו, ברוך מושיענו, ברוך אלוהינו. אתה הוא אלוהינו, אתה הוא אדוננו, אתה הוא מלכנו, אתה הוא מושיענו, אתה הוא אלוהינו. אין אלוהינו.
We invite everyone to rise, maybe squeeze together if you're comfortable for our closing song, Shiru Ladonai. The Hebrew words can be found on page 344, third song down. Shiru Ladonai.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ. שירו לאדוני, שירו, שיר חדש, שירו
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. That was really, I loved it.